But yeah, the takeaway is, you bump into people who you rode with. Like it was yesterday. Like I haven't seen you for 4 years, but we just straight away just get into the old, things. I always quite laugh with Webby because obviously we lived together for 2 or 3 years as well. And it's just like, we couldn't be more different people. He's like a diehard Chelsea fan. I was rugby. I never got into football at all, and different things are into, different music, different fashion, everything. But like, it didn't matter. Like we became friends through rowing and through that crew. And we all lived together as well for 6 months with Tom Cannon.
I mean, God, I remember we had such an eclectic mix of people in that dorm, and I kind of like it because, I remember growing up in Hull, one of my mum's concerns about me kind of moving to Henley and joining an elite rowing club was that, everybody would just kind of be, posh tops, and nobody would be particularly accepting. And I do think rowing has a little bit of an image of that. Yeah. But having gone to Leander, having gone to Cambridge, the places that you would typically assume are just going to be posh exclusionary toffs, it is nothing like that at all. If you are willing to turn up and work hard and help the team and commit to the goal, you will be accepted.
That's the common denominator. The sport has gone beyond being able to just turn up and have fun. Like if you're doing it at that level, like you all have to have that mindset.
Yeah.
I think that's what links you all together.
Yeah.
And ultimately, like when you race, it's you're going to war. With your mates, and like obviously everyone comes home, but like essentially it's what sport is. It's like a safe war, isn't it? You get to go and battle other people. And
so we had an after dinner speaker at one of our Cambridge trialates dinner. I think it was 2018, and this guy was an SAS veteran, and something that he said that kind of hit home and stuck with me was that friendships forged in adversity are some of the longest lasting.
Yeah,
and it kind of makes sense. Like with rowing, it's their friendships forged in quite difficult circumstances.
Yeah.
You're getting up early, you're knackering yourself out, it's freezing, you're in rough water, you're exhausted,
Yeah.
But, even you can go kind of 4 years without seeing each other and it's like nothing's ever changed.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw Webby, we went to have the curry last week,
nice.
Celebrate his engagement.
I haven't seen him yet. We did message, but I haven't seen him. I can't believe it. How's that happened?
I know. But again, like nothing's ever changed. And you think, there's we've got Natan's wedding in September, for example. Again, a whole crew's going out there. We're going to get a villa, and I'd imagine it'll be just like old times.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't seen each other in a while, the friendships you forge are so strong through this sport.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're from a different background. It doesn't matter if you're from state school or you're from private school. If you're willing to kind of, be a supportive member of the team, you'll be accepted.
Yeah, and the best crew, like the best feeling I've had in a crew is like when you've spent that time with a person and you know that like when it comes down to it, like everyone in that boat is going to end themselves for you. And then when you get to that point with 500 to go and your body's saying like, no, like you need to back off now. You're like, I can't, because he's not backing off and he's not backing off.
Yeah.
And you're forced into that position where you push beyond what you thought your limits were.
Yeah. Purely because like I do not want to let my friends down. You don't get that in individual sports.
Yeah.
I found. I mean, I think that's why I think single scullers are a special kind of weird. But having kind of swapped over to cycling afterwards, you can kind of, if you skip a day, you skip a day, but you don't do that in rowing.
Yeah.
You turn up and you do not let your team down.
Well, that's like, if you don't turn up, the crew doesn't go out. It's not like in cycling, one person didn't come today, well, we can still go and get the session done. Like, you're not going to get the session done. So it's a bit different in that respect. And also, I think we worked on it a lot when I was coaching, when I was head coach for both sides of the squad at Keeble. It was, we've made with one of the mantras was you pull hard for your mates. So the more we can make sure that it is fun, the more social stuff we can bring to it, the more you guys who are all on different courses have time to like become friends with each other.
Yeah.
The more like you're going to succeed.
I think there's so many people you meet who you would probably not meet through sort of, other walks of life.
Yeah.
Like I would not have met a bunch of sort of very sort of, aspirational, well-educated people if I had stayed in sort of, track and field up in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
For example, probably not.
And being in that environment is infectious. Like being around those people that want it rubs off on you. And I've heard the thing, you're a product of the 5 people you spend most time with. Yeah. So if you're going to spend time with 7 people who fucking want it, more than anyone, it's got to rub off on you.
Yeah. It's a sport that just drags everybody up.
Yeah.
I think it's,
Yeah.
it's a healthy environment where everybody's kind of accepting of those who are working for the team. You will all become better people as a result of it. I don't like this sort of rowing as a sort of posh, toff, exclusionary sport. I think it's probably one of the most welcoming environments I've ever been in.